While heroes like the Avengers protect the world from physical dangers, we sorcerers safeguard it against more mystical threats. The Ancient One is the latest in a long line of sorcerers supreme, going back thousands of years to the father of the mystic arts, the mighty Agamotto. Same sorcerer who created the eye you so recklessly borrowed. Agamotto built 3 sanctums in places of power where great cities now stand. That door leads to the Hong Kong sanctum. That door to the New York sanctum. That one to the London sanctum. Together, sanctums generate a protective shield around our world.
The sanctums protect the world, and we sorcerers protect the sanctums.
From what?
Interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
This is Cheapseat Reviews.
Hello, this is Cheapseat Reviews again. This is episode 183. Oh, Greater Good. Yeah, this is. Thank you for listening to Cheapseat Reviews, the podcast that explores the Hollywood film industry for the greater good. Okay, you've already said it. This is episode 183, and tonight we're talking about Doctor Strange. The reason why I feel like I'm flying is because we recorded 20 funny, good minutes of the best podcast we have ever recorded, and I freaking forgot to activate my channel of the recording, so it only would have been Andrew and Sam's responses
who needed Shawn in there anyway?
Yeah,
I think it would have been funny to listen to.
It might have.
Yeah.
It might have. And here's Corny. And Corny joins us.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go. I am Shawn, and joining me tonight again is Andrew, flying cape to the rescue, Jemison.
Hi there, again.
Yeah. See, the thing that sucks is, Andrew and Sam, and now Corny, thanks Corny for joining us, is that if I can't do the same jokes I did earlier because I don't.
It just won't feel right.
It won't feel right because you guys will know the joke and like it'll sound forced because people can tell when you're faking.
And I'll
it,
make fun of you for doing it.
So, hi Andrew. I'm so pissed. I'm so mad.
This hasn't happened in a long time, by the way.
And I'm gonna take. I mean, I have to.
For that, I got to give you that.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm in a camper. I'm literally in a camper, 100 miles somewhere
Down
outside
by the river.
Actually, we're not that far from. We're actually by a lake. Yeah, we're in.
You've got some beans cooking over a fire.
We had beans tonight for
Open the
dinner.
door and just shout. He pitched his tent.
No, legit. We had burgers and beans tonight for dinner. But we are in a motorhome somewhere outside of Chicago. I'm on a gig. So, and then next week we'll be recording somewhere outside of Fort Wayne, Indiana. So,
I got family up there. In-laws.
Anyway,
Fort Wayne's a good town.
I'm so mad. Corny, Mr. Dr. Logan.
There really was no food in this movie, now, was there?
No, not really. Hey, pal.
No, tea. There's lots of tea.
Yeah, there was some tea with some honey in it.
With a bit of honey.
With a bit of honey. Maybe
The
some
Eye of Fudamoto.
Mayas. Nice. Hey, Corny, can you give me a little bit more, sir? And Sam, I've come to bargain Vector.
Well, this time around, I'm not going to kill you by running you off the road.
All right.
I just need to warn everybody that somehow
on.
Shawn has put us on a loop so that we are going to have to do these intros over and over and over again until he convinces me not to kill him.
See, this
might take a while.
That's not going to happen.
I just realized something, Sam. If you run me off the road, you're going to kill Stuart too. I mean, that's double homicide, and you don't want that.
No. I'd make sure Stuart was gone.
Yeah. So yeah, we don't.
No, I'm not gonna put any innocent people in the way.
Yeah.
Of your.
I know a guy. We can get it reduced.
Right.
Yeah.
We can get it reduced to one. Anyway, this is 2016's Doctor Strange, and hopefully Andrew still has the IMDb page pulled up. So at your
can
convenience, will you, man, Corny, you missed it. So basically, Corny, I'm filling you in. We recorded 25 good minutes of a quality podcast, and I screwed up because I didn't have my channel activated in the recording. So
Yep.
Andrew
so
did.
it would have been just Andrew and myself.
Yeah, it would have been just the two of them, which probably would have made the show better, but kind of confusing. And Andrew, in this part of the read, screwed up the word journey and turned it into the word journette. And we went on a 5-minute journey of our own about what the word journette means. And basically it means a shortened version of an actual journey. And
so we had a lovely Hobbit story about going to the mailbox.
I think you can put that in very easily.
Yeah.
You could just.
Yeah, insert story here.
Yeah, but again, it would only be you two. So yeah, just imagine somebody saying something in Hobbit about going to the mailbox and meeting the milkman and liking bread. So there you go. That's the. I'm so pissed. So I guess I'll ask the question since we didn't get to it the first time, unless we want to go down the rabbit hole we went to the first time, about well, I'll get there. We'll get there somehow, some other way. So we've all seen this before, right?
Yes.
Corny?
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I think didn't I say it with you? I can't remember. I thought we did. Because I remember walking out, and I think I remember saying, so Corny, how was it? Because I don't know anything about it. And I think you were like, yeah, it's pretty good. Because Sam...
Yeah, that's
and that's usually how it goes, actually, anyway, most times. And Sam did ask, because I was making fun of Cumberbatch's accent earlier, saying that listening to him do American is like listening to Alan Rickman fake American while doing Die Hard.
Also, like watching Brett Favre throw a Nerf football.
There you go.
Yeah.
Or watching Dale Earnhardt Jr. race a tricycle in your driveway.
Yeah. Those are also apt comparisons. Thank you. Though he did get to use his British accent in the movie. He voiced a different character. Did you guys know that?
No.
Who else did he voice?
I did actually.
Is he the Garbanzo guy?
Yep.
The big god thing?
Yep, he is Dormammu.
Dormammu.
How can you get that wrong? They said his name like 14 times in a row. Dormammu, come to bargain.
You do know this, right?
Dormammu, Dormammu, Dormammu. Yeah, he voiced him.
Garbanzo.
Now I'm getting hungry again. I want some like chili or something. Garbanzo. I like that. He should rename him to Garbanzo.
There you go.
So,
But they should have he should have gotten hit in the head at some British accent.
Oh,
and then everybody would been like, oh, that makes sense.
I didn't mind
This is the realm of British accents.
I didn't mind his British accent. I thought it was fine. I mean, his American
British
accent.
Universe.
There wasn't any time I was like, oh, that's wrong.
Ooh, the internet's being weird. Say it again, Sam.
It wasn't a time when it sounded wrong to me, his accent.
No, there was
fairly natural to me.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of words that he said where, and I don't know if I captured any, but it's like, yeah, you can kind of tell that that's not his normal. It's his normal thing. Like when I listen to, I'm thinking of a couple actors, John Boyega, who did Finn from Star Wars. Like, I watched the movie long before I knew that he was British. So his American accent to me was normal. And then I heard him do his British accent. I'm like, holy crap, you did great as an American. Because I never knew. But I've heard Benedict Cumberbatch for 5+ years as Sherlock in a bunch of and other movies. And then he comes in with this movie, and I'm like, oh, yeah, you're doing all right. You're doing all right. It's definitely not your native accent, but you did good. I mean, He did just fine.
much
And
in this
then,
movie either.
and then I mentioned, do what?
What about shit whale emoji?
Oh, wow. Yep. Chitwell at G-O for
Shit whale emoji.
Chitwell. Mordo is his character name, and
Is he British?
I don't know. I think so. Yeah, he was born in London, England. Yes, so he actually is English, unlike most of the people
His
that
accent
say
was
him.
really good.
Well, yeah, because it's his normal accent. It's his normal speaking role.
Did you see his black scent?
No. Oh, geez.
No, but I'm going to put that in my back pocket for later.
Yeah, that's
Good.
and you're gonna have to be Mother F and Jacques Cousteau to get it out. No, he's great. I love him and everything. Though I've only seen him he was in Amistad, which he was really good in Amistad. Of course, he was in Serenity, which I know him from mainly.
Killed me with the sword.
So I was playing the Battlefield 1 video game that I play, and in the game there's a cavalry sword you can get, and I was playing and someone killed me with the sword. And so I say in my group, I said, "He killed me, Mal. He killed me with a sword. How weird is that?" And one guy in the group goes, "You watch Firefly?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, we're best friends now." So anyway.
Did you put it there standing in order out of?
No, I didn't.
No,
Anyway.
not yet. Okay.
Yeah, but Emoji is a good dude.
Process.
I like him. And we went down the rabbit hole earlier that he is going to be he's voicing Scar in the live action reboot of The Lion King.
Means in Swahili.
What?
You know what scar means in Swahili?
What? Asshole uncle?
I mean scar.
Oh, it just means Scar. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we had a whole conversation on Mufasa means and
Well, and Corny,
Omeka Okafor, whatever that is. Whatever the one.
I'm always impressed that you pull that name out of your hat. You know college basketball none, and yet you're able to pull out the star center from UConn's 05 or 04 national championship team. Anyway,
I might have seen them at a tournament.
Well,
I actually went and saw a final, not a Final Four, but the tournament in Greensboro.
Really?
I wonder if I saw.
It would have had to have been during the NCAA tournament, because that's the only reason why they would have been here.
North Carolina was at A2 and all that crap.
Well, yeah, that was many, many years before that.
Yeah.
But the rabbit hole from there went from, because I was learning from the TV show Zoo that my wife watches, is that the word Rafiki means friend in Swahili.
There you go.
Because he always refers, one of the characters of the shows always talks about Rafiki. Come Rafiki, help me out. And then I'm like, he's named after the baboon from Lion King? And she said, no, it means friend. Oh, that's cool. Didn't know that. Though Rafiki was one of my favorite characters in the Lion King, especially when he goes all kung fu. At the end and beats up the hyenas. It's one of my favorite parts. So
cool story though. When he punches Simba, Simba's spirit actually leaves his body momentarily.
Yeah.
Just enough to realize that something's odd.
Yeah.
And he comes back. Yeah.
What was that? I punched you out of your astral spiritual form. Yeah, sorry, that's my best I can do. It's probably offensive to people.
That was a great accent there, Shawn.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
That's up there with your German.
No,
accent.
that's not.
I'm impressed.
No, you're not. Okay, so we've all seen this, and I guess we haven't done our normal intro thing where we talk about kind of our initial thoughts on the movie and whatever. So I guess we'll do that now because I haven't screwed up the recording again. So we'll do that now. Oh, so I guess Andrew. Yeah, I guess I should say who goes now. Andrew.
No, we didn't get to this.
No, we didn't get to this. No.
So we're back on track.
Yeah, we're back to normal time, and it's actually been about 20 minutes.
You've stopped the loop.
Yeah.
You've convinced me not to kill you tonight.
I've broken the loop. We're good to go.
Maybe.
Andrew?
Oh, I'm sorry. You waiting on me?
Yes.
I thought you were continuing. Okay.
No.
Well, Doctor Strange. So I had seen this movie maybe once, twice before, and like all MCU or DC movies, we purchase them pretty much whenever they come out. But I went to the theater to see it and did not see it in 3D, and I really wish that I would have. I think I don't really enjoy a lot of 3D movies, to be quite honest, but this is one that I wish that I would have seen in 3D. And just watching it again on my iPad even, look at all this. It's almost Inception or Interstellar-like moments where your brain wants to see these things coming at you. And so I really wish I could have seen it in 3D. But after watching it the first time, when I went to the theater to see it, I thought, well, it's not great. You know, it's, as far as MCU movies goes, it's not up there with Iron Man or Captain America. But after rewatching it, I kind of enjoyed it. I like it more the second time around. And just the story itself, I think, is really done very well. And the actors do a great job. And we talked about Cumberbatch, his accent, his American accent, not being too noticeable. And I'm taken back by him not using his real accent. But after I got over that, though, the rest of the movie was really enjoyable. The only thing that I don't like, and this is just a personal thing because I don't like her as an actress, is Tilda Swinton.
Oh, I thought you were about to make fun of Rachel McAdams, and we were going to have to throw down.
We were going to. Yeah, we would have words.
She is a lovely creature, and
she's wonderful.
No, she's wonderful. Yeah, she is too.
Yeah.
She's on my list. She's on my list first.
No, I saw her first.
Shut up, man.
Yeah.
Having said that, though,
You don't like Tilda Swinton,
I
huh?
enjoyed. Oh yeah, no, Tilda Swinton. She's my female version of your Ben Stiller.
Really? But she doesn't play the same character in any of her roles.
No, I just don't like her.
Oh.
She doesn't look like she has a soul.
Wow.
No,
well,
I mean,
it's because
like,
God
the way
took it from her.
She's just a striking face.
She's different looking. I mean, this is what our third Tilda. Corny, are you still with us? I haven't heard you in a bit.
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
And Corny can probably correct me if I'm wrong, but
I won't.
No, he will.
I stay on the DC side of comics for the most part, but I was always under the impression that the Ancient One in the Doctor Strange stories was a older Asian male.
Should be.
Should be. That's what I kind of thought.
So Andrew, hang in there.
I was kind of.
So I want to. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'll stop.
Go ahead.
Well, before you leave this moment, I want to talk about this moment for a second before you go on continuing. And Corny and I have talked about this. I think I can't remember if we did the day of we watched it. Corny is definitely 100% correct. The original cartoon or comic book was an Asian man, and the director went with her for one creative reason and then one very whatever reason. What's the word I'm looking for? Very practical.
You're going to get more people
reason.
in the seats to see
Well,
that set of characters as opposed to...
Sort of. I mean, you could have had Jet Li in this movie or something like that.
Or Jackie Chan.
Or Jackie Chan or something like that, and it would have been fine. The reason why he wanted to, he didn't want to restrict it to a man because he thought the Ancient One was more of a title than a person. Like
gender.
Yeah, it's just a title. But the main reason,
if you're looking very androgynous.
Yeah, but well, yeah. But the main reason was, Corny, what nationality is the original Ancient One?
I'm sorry. What was the last part? I lost the.
My internet's a little silly. What was the original nationality in the comic book? What was their nationality?
Of the Ancient One?
Yes.
I don't know.
It was a Tibetan monk, right?
Probably. That seems right. Yeah. that.
Tibet
China.
is not a recognized country in the eyes of China. So MCU does extremely well in China, extremely well.
So they don't want to get banned.
And they basically didn't want their movie getting banned in China. And
Wow.
yeah, and as crazy as that sounds, and when you think of things like what we have to do in order to make movies, because you hear like a lot of times you hear movies whitewashing, right? That you hear that term a lot, where we have to put a white American actor in a role to sell the movie. Mm-hmm. And in this case, it was not just to sell the movie, but it was basically to sell the movie to 1 billion people.
Well, I see that, but could we not have gone with somebody like Dwayne Johnson or, I mean, I guess he's too bulky, but I don't know.
Well, with
Jackie Chan.
Well, yeah, I mean, Jackie Chan or a Jet Li.
It doesn't mean that it has to be Tibetan, but
right,
it could
he could have been just generic Asian, or you don't give it a nationality. But the fact that they called her Celtic in the movie specifically, they're really trying to distance themselves from the source material in that, and
pretty much on the other side of the world.
Yeah, they're like, we don't want to piss off Japan, and let's make her Celtic, because when was the last time the Irish had a superhero? So, I guess really never. So
St. Patrick.
Yeah, but
The leprechaun from Lucky Charms.
yeah, right. So and those guys from Boondock Saints, I don't know.
Actually, I was going to go with that.
So that's kind of why, Andrew, and I know you saying you don't like her. I get it. I find her interesting, and I think she's a fantastic actor. And I mean, she could not have been more different than in this than she was in Snowpiercer, than she was in Constantine, which are the 3 that we've seen that she's in. We were going to do Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, but it got pulled right before we were going to do it. But I think she's interesting, and I thought she was good for the role. It didn't bother me, but I mean, Corny, you're the only purist in the room, really, for that. I mean, did it bother you?
I've had to accept that any Marvel movie I see, I am just going to have to abandon all purist thought.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of get that to a point. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like Age of Ultron, my biggest issue with that was Ant-Man, Hank Pym. I know we hadn't had the character.
Yeah.
But he's the one who created Ultron. It makes more sense if he does it instead of their big thing. And, anyway, it was, I felt that process was more convoluted than got another smart person who made the robot. Because why would Tony need to make another robot like that to be a thing? Anyway, in my mind, it should have been different. But once that happened, I was like, okay, that's fine. You haven't introduced the character, so these things are going to have to happen. If Vision is not just going to be some random robot who feels and has fake kids with, that's not going to happen. So I'm just going to accept that some of these things will not happen.
Right.
I.e., having a non-Asian ancient one. I get it. I understand.
And I think sometimes they get away from the purist, and I think it works. Example, the new Spider-Man movie, where the Vulture, it's a mech suit, as opposed to him being like part bird. And I think that works. But I also just adore that movie. So maybe and I've only seen it once though, so maybe I need to revisit that movie. But I mean, and in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, though the character was totally wasted for the Rhino, it didn't bother me that the Rhino was also a mech suit. I thought that was kind of neat, but also, and Corny and I have had this conversation dozens of times. It didn't bother me in the original Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire that they made the webbing part of his body. It didn't bother me. Some Spider-Man people hated it, I didn't care because to me it was like, okay, that makes sense. Sure, it comes from his body. Why not? Yeah, I guess theoretically it should come from his ass, but
Well, by the third movie, that's all it was.
yeah, that was the whole
Yeah,
movie
pretty
was just
much,
coming
yeah.
from his ass. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know. I'm with you there, Corny. I get certainly your point that there's only so much I think that they can do, and I understand that they have to sell, make movies that'll make money. But anyway, sorry, Andrew. So please continue your thought. I wanted to make sure that I kind of
No.
I wanted to give what context to what you were saying.
Sure. Well, so aside from her, like I said, I enjoyed the movie. I think what kind of got me the first time that I watched it is they spend a whole lot of time, unlike some of the other MCU movies, on character development. And I think maybe bogged me down the first time. But the second time I appreciated it because I kind of liked it. It made the movie more interesting. It was less, I mean, they have action in the film, of course, but I feel like there was less shooting and blowing up stuff and more, getting to know the actual character. Even the cape itself has its own character,
Yeah.
which I really enjoyed and I thought was done very well. Yeah, that's about it. I enjoyed it. We'll talk more.
Corny, I didn't really think about it until this moment, but essentially he's flying with the cape by the cape pulling him up by the shoulders. Like, wouldn't that feel weird?
With the neck?
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
just magic. He's magic, so everything he does is just magic.
I guess. Yeah, maybe sure. I mean, I don't, it doesn't really, it wasn't until this very second that I even thought about it. I was like, would that be like me picking up my son by his shoulders? Like, that would be painful, but it's magic. I'm okay with it. Whatever. Corny, you're up.
All right. Brr. This movie was pretty bland to me, I'll be honest with you. I mean, it's still a solid movie, and I've only watched it once, but I've really not felt the need to watch it again. I don't think I missed anything that was really cool, or some of the nods are like, oh, okay, you have to do that. And there's the special scene, or right before the wreck, you hear, some of the people he's being suggested, and you get a couple characters in there, which I think is pretty neat. Anybody catch the reference to Don Cheadle's War Machine?
It's actually not. It's actually
Is
not.
it not War Machine?
It's not War Machine. If you have to think back to Iron Man 2 when Tony is making fun of Hammer and he's showing off Hammer's failures on the video, and the machine that the guy is in turns 180 degrees, and then Hammer turns off the video and says, "For the record, that guy survived." It's that guy.
Really?
It's not Don Cheadle.
Oh, damn! I thought it was
because one, I know that because it's in the trivia, because the director said that because because he says it was some kind of experimental suit, but he said it was like a complete severed vertebra, blah blah blah. I mean, Don Cheadle, he can walk. We see that at the end of Civil War.
with the aid of advice.
At the aid of Tony's whatever, Edelweiss, yeah, the flower.
Edelweiss. Okay, all right. Well,
Yeah, but you're still right. I mean, there's still references to the MCU.
damn, it makes no sense to use the hammer. Okay, so actually now it bothers me. Why use that one and not use the, hey, this guy got hurt? You can, whatever. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
But ultimately, I was just very, very disappointed with this movie. And I'll give you the reason why. Andrew, you're going to love this. DC does magic better.
Yeah.
I mean, hands down, the magic universe in Marvel is pretty silly. I mean, with Thor and whatnot, it tells about magic being essentially science. Magic does not have the same force as it does in DC. And the reason why I like magic in DC is because it has real life application. You know, Zatanna, Constantine. You know, they just did a DC animated movie, Justice League Dark, and it's all about magic and stuff like that. And I think DC animated is much better than Marvel animated in terms of their movies nowadays. Absolutely,
yeah. It's
but
not without question. Actually,
I wanted more magic stuff. I wanted more fighting, but he is new, so you can't have him be, you know, completely awesome and things like that. I get that, but
I mean, most of the fighting is practical. Fist fights. You're just using it in a little magical setting where the walls are moving and camera tricks and stuff. But we saw a lot of that in Inception.
Yeah, and the thing is,
but they were killing people with crazy walls crushing in on people.
No, you're right, and mystical fans of death and things like that.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I just I don't know. Maybe I'm burned out. Maybe I'm marveled out. And I don't think so because I just don't think so. But I really wish this movie had given me something different. Or maybe I'm just so used to Doctor Strange being the Sorcerer Supreme and not watching in. This might be the first origin story where I didn't want to see the origin story. Period.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just give me Doctor Strange being Doctor Strange and doing his, fighting people and things.
Yeah, I get that. But, I honestly think the only movie that can get away with that in this current universe is the new Spider-Man. And I think that's because we've seen that movie 2 other times. And we don't.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, No, I see what you're saying. Okay. Anything else?
Dinner was delicious.
Oh, good.
Thanks.
Sam.
All right, let's see if I can hang with you guys here. My internet is being really dumb. This was actually the second time I've seen this movie. The first time was on my phone at a not so reputable site. So the sound was kind of bad, but yet I could see the picture fairly well. And the first time I saw this movie, I was like, it was. I'd put it down there, with some of the sequels that Marvel had where it didn't have anything to it. But I sat down this morning and watched this thing with good sound and on a fairly big screen at my desk. And I really enjoyed it the second time around. I don't know why I didn't like it the first time, but the second time around, I found it fun. Doctor Strange is kind of, sarcastic a lot. And that cracked me up throughout this thing. Yeah. I actually enjoyed the magic part of this, especially, introducing this side of the Marvel universe and seeing what they could do with that magic. And I'm excited to see some of the stuff he might be able to do in the future. Trying to find some faults, there's like any Marvel movie, it's a pretty one-sided villain. I thought it was clever how Strange ended up, quote unquote, beating the victim, but did he really? Or not victim, beating the
Dormammu,
bad guy. But I mean, the bad guy's still there. All he did was promise not to come back, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much. So, I mean, he could still strike at any time, I guess.
And he will.
He's a bad guy. Yeah. He'll probably try to come back at some point, but.
Yeah. But I thought was a little rough around the edges for me was the tag at the very end. I don't know if we're going to talk about that. But I thought it was a pretty hard turn for the character to take from what you see him throughout the movie.
Well, we can talk about that because I didn't think so. When I saw it
okay.
Yeah, I didn't bother. I mean, like the post-credit, we'll talk about it. The post-credit scene, Mordu, who played,
Okafor.
Yeah, I'm like, he, the whole movie, and we can talk about it now, I don't care. The whole movie, it's he goes on a rant about when Strange was like, I took an oath not to kill people, and I just killed a man. And he's like, grow a spine. I've done horrible things for the cause, and I will continue to do horrible things for the cause. I will kill these people because it's the right thing to do. He is, firm in his belief that killing these bad guys is the right thing to do. And so when his whole belief system, everything that he's based his belief on is now wrong, in the sense that the Ancient One was drawing power from the dark side of the Force, then that wrecked him. And so now he's always that resolute, this is the right thing to do. So now the right thing to do is, well, if she could do that and break the laws of nature, then so can any of them. So now it's going to be his job is to eliminate the sorcerers. So he's going to obviously be the bad guy in the Doctor Strange 2 movie.
Which I like because we know him.
Right. I mean, and for all
I'm
intents,
not saying it's a bad choice. I just felt it was I don't know.
And for all intents and purposes, and they make the references, and I capture the trivia, he's literally playing his character from Serenity. It's what he is.
That actually, I did notice that the first time I watched it, and I was like, huh, this seems familiar.
He's again, that's the whole point of his character in Serenity, is that he believes that killing River is the right thing to do, which makes him a fierce adversary.
Also, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm done. I jumped all over Sam's thing, so go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, was I was still doing it. No, I really enjoyed this movie the second time around. And I'd probably do it again. I like this side of the Marvel universe. I like the mystical side of things, and I'm looking forward to getting to know this side a bit more.
What were you going to say, Corny?
I was going to say, essentially, without having another Green Lantern situation, he is your Yellow Lantern. He is Sinestro.
Yeah. Okay.
Sinestro.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That actually kind of bothered me.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
That kind of bothered me. I was just like, really? Because we've already seen this, but I understand. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what my problem with Doctor Strange is. Oh, I'll tell you what it is. In the comics, he sent Hulk to another planet.
You think that's
I'd let that go.
You think that's how he got? You think that's how the Hulk got into space for Thor 3?
Oh, we've talked about this. I think they're pulling at the end of Age of Ultron. Him getting on that ship, they skip. Okay, so there's quote unquote the Illuminati for Marvel.
Huh?
It's got Professor X, Doctor Strange, Tony Stark,
Beyonce,
Black Bolt.
She's in it, right? Beyonce
and Namor.
Yeah.
Who? Yeah.
I said Beyonce. She's in it too.
Okay, I was like, I thought you said Beyonce, but I wasn't sure. But anyway,
I thought you said meow meow.
Oh, Thor's hammer.
But you got those 5 characters, and they get Hulk's too destructive. We got to get him off this planet, and so they put him on a ship. They knock him out. They put him on a ship. Hulk rages out, f's up the ship. Ship crash lands on Scar, and then when he gets there, he has to do the gladiatorial thing.
Weird.
While he's there,
Simba's uncle.
So it was pretty bad. Like the whole World War War. This is
World War Hulk. Is that a thing?
World War Hulk. Yes, thank you, God. It's a great little comic series. In all honesty, it's super cool. I think I'm just mad at those characters because they mess with the Hulk. But I think the Thor Ragnarok movie is going to be based a little bit on that storyline. And I don't think, obviously, Doctor Strange has nothing to do with this one. But
we don't know. No, he's in Ragnarok.
No, I'm saying Doctor Strange had nothing to do with him being sent.
Well, we don't know that.
To that planet.
We don't know that. That's the thing. We don't know anything. We won't find out until we get to Thor 3. As I'm saying, like they introduce, Thor is sitting there having 2 beers with Doctor Strange, and he's like, "Why is Loki here?" And he says, "We're looking for my father," which is weird because the last time we saw Loki, he was posing as his father, and Thor thought he was dead. So I don't know if this movie is taking place before or after Ragnarok. I guess it has to be before because after Ragnarok he has short hair.
Right.
So, so we don't really know what that scene means, other than we know that Doctor Strange is going to participate in some way in Thor 3. He's not been in any of the teasers for that movie, and it comes out in a month, right? November.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes out in November, so we got a month and a half, a little bit more than a month and a half. So, and I'm looking forward to that one, probably more than any of the Thors that I've seen so far. I thought Thor 1 was fine, and Thor 2 was pretty good, but I'm looking forward to this one. It just seems, I don't know, it just seems cool for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's Jeff Goldblum being weird, or I don't know.
Yeah. I just don't believe that Marvel's gonna jump on the that complete storyline and do the Illuminati thing, because it's super weird that is the thing.
Yeah. They probably won't use that word, Illuminati, because there's already too many people in the world now that still think that that's real. And then if they put it in a movie,
What do you mean it's not?
And then those are the same people that think that flat Earth is a thing, that the Earth is flat.
We all live in a ball.
Yeah, it's weird. In a bomb.
I think that the Ragnarok is going to kind of be buddy cop-ish.
I think you're right.
Yes.
And see, that goes to the point, right, of what we've talked about a dozen times. Well, not a dozen times, but at least one or two times. That went from that big to little. Is that Marvel, the way they make movies is that they make a good themed movie, right?
Yeah.
So, what is the theme of this movie? It's another coming of age story. Not coming of age. It's a finding your own self, your own purpose kind of story.
The best ancient martial artist and magic user of all time is a white doctor from the Bronx.
Yeah. So, but then
it's Karate Kid.
Yes, Karate Kid. And so, I think whoever said it, Thor 3 could be a buddy cop, which I find great. I think that'd be great, actually.
Yes.
And
from as much humor as it seems to have from the trailers, I'm hoping it is.
Right. I guess it's still my turn to intro. We're at 48 minutes of the podcast, and I haven't done mine. But I actually like this movie maybe more than I should. I don't know. Of course I own this movie. Mark that on your checkbox. But I've seen this movie probably 5 times now. I think this is my 5th showing.
Really?
Yeah, I watched it once in the theater, and then I watched it when I bought it, obviously. So that's 2. And then when it popped on Netflix, it was just one of those, it's like, I'm having lunch at work. Let's just watch something. Okay. Well, I threw this on because I'd seen it before and it was just easy to watch. And then I actually watched it again about a week and a half ago, for not realizing that it was on the list for the show, for the podcast. And then I watched it today. So I guess that's 4 or 5 times I've watched this movie. And each time I watch it, I like it a little bit more because I get a little bit, there's a little detail there, or there's a funny thing there. The jokes still work for me. I still laughed out loud at a couple of moments. I captured a couple of moments, obviously. So I like the movie. I have very few faults. The only thing that I question really, and I hadn't even looked at my notes yet, the only thing that... There's only 2 things really in the movie that bother me. And they're both very kind of practical things. And Corny, maybe you can help me with one of them. The first is that Benjamin Bratt says, you need to go to Kamartaj. Can you Google map that? You know what I'm saying? It's not like he said, you need to go to Kathmandu and look for Kamartaj. He just said a place that can't be found. And then Stephen Strange, like freaking Batman in Dark Knight Rises, just went there and knew where to go. Though I did like the fact
we're also in the Marvel Universe. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, I just like the fact that Benedict Cumberbatch, who's 6'4" in real life, is a foot taller than everyone else there, which was pretty funny.
I was going to say, it is the Marvel Universe. And, I bet with his money influence, he calls Tony Stark and is like, look, I'm looking for this place. Do you know anybody who might know where this is? Yeah, hold on. Hey, Thor.
Yeah.
Carmitage. Got any? Oh yeah, it's here. I mean, I could,
And for all we know, Carmitage is a thing. Like just like Wakanda is a real place in the MCU.
Central Africa.
And it's not real for us. Yeah. Central Africa, yeah. So I don't know, but whatever. The only other thing that bothered me was the London sanctum was destroyed, right? So now there's a big hole in London that we just kind of ignore, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The New York sanctum was attacked twice, but not destroyed. It's still running. Shields are still up. They destroy the Hong Kong one, and that's what brings Dormammu. So you only have to destroy 2 of the 3 sanctums to get Dormammu?
I thought they destroyed New York too, though.
No.
Didn't they destroy New York?
No, they go to launch the bomb, right? And then he puts them in the mirror dimension.
Yeah.
And then they have the whole fight, and then they leave. And so he says, London's destroyed. New York's been attacked twice. We know where they're going to go next, Hong Kong. But the other New York's still standing. So do you only have to knock out 2 out of 3? I don't know.
Probably.
I mean, that seems like a flawed system, but okay.
Also the same one that, like the Mummy, we're going to let you suffer forever unless someone gives you these things, and then you become a god.
Right, yeah. Yeah, which we're going to keep near you for some reason. No, you're not wrong. Speaking of which, did any of you see the Tom Cruise Mummy movie yet?
Nope, and never will.
Yeah. I don't know if I mentioned on the show that the whole purpose of that movie is actually to kickstart a whole new series of monster movies. Like whoever did that movie, Universal, I can't remember who it did. It's not a reboot of the Brendan Fraser Mummy movie. That's not the point. The point is to create a new series of monster movies. So I think they tease at the end of that one like Dracula or Frankenstein or Swamp Thing, or I can't remember which one, but they're going to be like that kind of thing.
What's his name in there too?
Carmitage.
Not Carmitage. The
Joe Pesci.
Gladiator guy. Wasn't he playing Dr. Jekyll?
Oh, that's what it is. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde's going to be one of the movies too. I think so, yeah.
Oh, so they're going to make League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they're going to reboot that. I don't know. Did I say on this podcast, I can't remember, that I didn't realize there was an end credit scene to Kong Skull Island?
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's
gonna
mentioned it.
It's gonna bring in they basically said that the whole point of going to Kong, his island, was, they're like, we were not the original inhabitants of this planet. Other things lived here, and we're trying to make sure that we stay top of the food chain. And then they start showing pictures to Tom Hiddleston and Brie Larson of basically evidence of Godzilla. And so I think there's gonna be another Godzilla movie that's gonna be part of the Kong universe, and then eventually they're gonna put them against each other, I think. Because it had
they're gonna team up.
Yeah, well, they had pictures of Mothra and mecha things, and a lot of other names that only Michael Antonucci knows, who listens to the show, like the 3-headed thing and the flying thing and the other thing. So, yeah, so I didn't know that. I only knew it because I was cruising on YouTube and saw end credits Kong Skull Island. I was like, wait, what? Didn't know. So anyway, there's that. But yeah, I mean, that was really the only thing that bothered me about the movie was I wasn't really sure.
I did have a problem.
Okay.
That would be when they were talking, when Tilda Swinton was talking to Strange about the guy who had broken his back or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He could
Benjamin Bratt, yeah,
regenerate. And she was definitely breaking HIPAA laws.
Sure. Well, she's not a doctor, so she's not.
No.
And he wasn't her patient; he was her student. So she's not.
Oh wait, no, no. This was. Who was it that? It wasn't that point. Who was it that told him about him? That's how he learned about.
Oh, you talking about
Taj Mahal?
You talking about? Well, no. Benjamin Bratt told him about Carmotage. You're
Yeah.
talking about the physical
somebody had-
therapy guy who sent him his file?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he definitely broke some hippos.
Actually, you're actually not wrong there. Now I think about it.
Yeah, that's not good. He could get fired and sued.
Yeah, well,
So that's a definite, really, really bad part of this movie.
okay. That's the thing that gets you. Okay, I'm good with that.
Yeah, yeah.
This movie, once again, goes to my rule that if I don't take a whole lot of notes, it means I like the movie. I took like 15 notes. I really liked the disabling device that he used on Madsen. Let's talk about him for a second. Madsen? Yeah, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
Mad
Rogue
Mikkelsen.
One.
Yeah, he's from Rogue One. Basically, if he's in your movie, he has to have something wrong with his eyes. Because in Casino Royale, he bled, or he cried blood.
Yeah.
He had this. I'm trying to think. There was something else. Doesn't he have something weird with his eyes in Hannibal? I can't remember.
No, he's just
evil. I don't know.
creepy.
Clash of the Titans. He's Draco. I remember that. Anyway, he's an interesting dude, and apparently he's in a lot of movies, and he's got some stuff coming up too. So he's in a video game called Death Stranding. Anyway, he's interesting. I thought he was a good bad guy. I like him. And I like that the eye makeup that they did on him was actually makeup and not just CGI. You know, like they did a little bit of CGI on it, but most of it was actual makeup. I appreciate. I also love the fact that the guy who played Wong, his name is actually Benedict Wong. So it's just kind of cool.
It's just Wong.
Yeah, he's great. He was also in The Martian.
What's he in The Martian?
He's the guy who built the rocket.
He's the Martian.
Oh, that's right.
No. Matt Damon
Oh, I'm
is the
sorry.
Martian.
I got the Wong guy.
Oh, look at what you did! I'm not making that the name.
See, Sam, that's how you do it.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah,
You set the joke up, and then
he said
walks
that.
right in.
Yeah, you did. You sure?
I'm at the brakes, he'll fly right by.
unless he didn't go the Wong way.
Oh,
No, you're fired.
You got the Wong stuff,
No.
baby.
Budget of
The woman you
106.
is wrong. I don't want to be right.
Nice. Budget of $165 million.
I'm gonna say made at least $4.
It did make $4, yes, because you and I went and saw it, so I know it made more than 30.
Wait, you guys saw it without me, jerks?
You already watched it on your phone or something. Worldwide, it made just shy of, actually just over $650 million. So,
Good job.
you know, not the
You're
great, but still pretty good.
I feel like I put him over the top.
Yeah. Sure. Scott Dickerson is the guy what directed this.
Sup, Dick?
He's been known for mostly horror films, actually. He's directed such other things as what? He's making.
Never heard of that.
He's making Snowpiercer the TV series. I didn't know they were turning that into
man.
a TV series.
I'll tell you what, that project would be just it's a Wong Dick situation there. You don't want that.
Jennifer Connelly is in it.
hey.
I don't know, a bunch
Isn't
of
she
other,
like a recluse?
I don't know. She's
not brown.
she's the AI in the new Spider-Man movie. She's his AI on his suit. And married to Jarvis, which is kind of cool. But he's directing.
Doesn't she live in Asheville or something? Who's the one that lives in Asheville?
Asheville? I don't know.
All of them.
No, that's Mini Driver.
Mini Driver.
Deliver Us from Evil, Sinister,
Driver.
The Day the Earth Stood Still, The Exorcism of Emily Rose, and then Doctor Strange. Like, I mean, how do you do that? How do you go from all of those? Anyway, it's fine. He did good. This movie was nominated for an Oscar, probably for special effects or something.
Oh, yeah.
They usually are. That.
Sound.
I also love in movies and books when you have a thing that is the noun of the noun, right? the Book of Cagliostro, or the Boots of Thing, or the Cloak of Levitivity. Like,
Kind of rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And I love that stuff. I don't know why. I do. Because you get a whole lot in, like, this is the sword of Gryffindor. That's not Lord of the Rings, and that's Harry Potter. But anyway, I just like it. I just like that stuff. I don't know why. I just do. I love the idea that your astral bodies can manipulate the real, and using paddles gives them basically a Kaioken boost, which I think is funny. Only Corny's going to get that joke. And
I did, thank you.
That's actually all my notes. And then tropes, I wrote down. Yeah, I didn't have any notes. Well, we talked about a lot of stuff that kind of covered some of my notes. Tropes, guy uses music to concentrate. You've seen
Clear
that
the mechanism.
in other movies. Oh, crap, I need to... hero is undone by his fatal flaw, which in this case is his arrogance. He's almost killed because he's, arrogant and whatnot. And the old put the student in... Oh, what? The master... It's the old put the student in life-threatening situations trick. Yeah, thank you, Corny. I didn't miss this when I was reading it, but yeah.
But you're not allowed to do the pledges anymore.
No, you can't do that. Yeah, it's against the rules. But they work in a non-governing state, so it's fine. Cool. Here we go. Time for Clippy Clips.
Clippy Clips.
Here we go.
Feels So Good, Chuck Mangione, 1977. Honestly, Billy, you said this one would be hard.
Ha! It's 1978.
No, Billy, while Feel So Good may have charted in 1978, the album was released in December of 1977.
No, Wikipedia says it's
Check again.
Where do you store all this useless information?
Useless? The man charted a top 10 hit with a flugelhorn. Status, Billy?
1977.
Oh, please. I hate you.
Boom! Feels so good, doesn't it?
He's got a point. The man charted the top 10 album with a flugelhorn. I mean...
In the 70s, not that hard.
Yeah, but most people listening to this podcast probably don't know what a flugelhorn is. I'm just saying.
That's very true.
It's a horn with a flugel in it.
He just called you all idiots. So send your hate mail
not.
to Cheapseat Reviews, care of Shawn when to kill you.
If you know what a flugelhorn is, I'd love to hear it.
I know what a flugelhorn is.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. It is a horn that it looks like a flugel.
It's shaped like a flugel. I've actually played a flugelhorn. I know Corny has. I'm sure Andrew has.
Yep.
So I don't.
Yep.
Look, man, whatever we do in our private time is none of this damn podcast business.
Yeah, you'll go blind if you. God cries when you play the flugelhorn. Okay, here we go. Number 2.
A few years later, he walked past me on the street.
Walked?
Yeah, walked.
Bullshit. Show me his file.
It'll take me a while to pull the files from the archive, but if it proves your arrogant ass wrong, worth it.
There you go. The thing that Sam hated.
I don't know if I like the writing on that one.
Oh, it's fine.
I do. I think the only thing would have made that better if it said worth it and then punched him immediately in the throat.
Or flicked him in the finger. Pow.
Or no. He flips him off and go, "Oh, I wish you could do that too."
Oh yeah. Can you do this? No, you can't.
Too soon.
Too soon. Yeah. Here we go.
What's this? My mantra?
The Wi-Fi password. We're not savages.
I like that.
Okay. That one I rolled out loud.
Oh, it's funny.
Well, I just felt like it was kind of like, I don't know. I felt like it was pushing the envelope to try to have something.
It wasn't great cheese.
No,
it was the whole.
It was some stinky fromage.
From the moment that we've stepped foot into Carmitage, it's all been about this mystical stuff and this astral body, this, and free your mind, that, and using words that she doesn't understand. So then he hands him this word that actually has a meaning. And then he's like, what's the Wi-Fi password? Because we are still in 2016. We need Wi-Fi and computers and things. I just thought it was funny.
There was that one, and then there was the fluent in Google Translate. I mean, I just felt like one or the other, but both.
Well, again, but I mean, I like that line too for the simple fact
I like that one better.
Well, yeah, because it kind of proves that he doesn't know everything. I mean, he does still need help even to translate. Are you fluent? How is your Sanskrit? Well, I'm fluent in Google Translate. So I guess we're saying that Google can translate to Sanskrit. I mean, I guess you can.
Yeah, haven't you done that yet?
No, I haven't.
Hold on a second.
When I was interpreting some ancient texts to try to find a hex to put on Shawn, I had to find some Sanskrit translations.
Okay, well, good. Well, while Corny's doing that, this is one that made me laugh out loud. But again, Andrew probably rolled his eyes at. What?
Is this serious?
What?
It actually might be serious.
Cool.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh dear.
Mr. Strange. Stephen, please. And you are?
Wow.
Wong. Just Wong? Like Adele? Or Aristotle? Drake? Bono? Eminem?
I think it's funny. I do.
No, I did laugh at that one.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, here's another funny one. It's 3 seconds of, I thought, again, chuckle.
I really should put the warnings before the spell.
That's right. Put the warnings before the spell. The part where I actually legit laughed out loud. Again, I don't know why. Maybe I'm in a good mood. I'm in a camping, working. Maybe I was just in a good mood, but this one got me pretty good.
How long have you been at Kamatage, Mr. Doctor? Mr. Doctor?
It's strange.
Maybe. Who am I to judge?
And then let me attack you with a thing. I like that. That's funny. And just in case, just to remind you that we're still part of the MCU, we said Avengers earlier. Now let us remind you with this little thing.
Wise choice. You'll wear the Eye of Agamotto once you've mastered its powers. Until then, best not to walk the streets wearing an Infinity Stone.
A what?
You might have a gift for the mystic arts, but you still have much to learn.
There you go. Just to remind you, Infinity Stones are a thing. All right.
And now for some more bad news.
Coming after him.
Ready?
Well, Corny, how many have we seen now, right? We've seen a bunch of them. We're only missing like one, right? We've seen the Mind Stone, which is Jarvis. We've seen the energy stone, the travel. What's the freaking Tesseract?
Tesseract is oh damn, hold on.
Space stone, gateway, doorway. I don't know. We've seen the destruction stone, which was the purple one. We've seen the ether. I should be counting. That's 4. We've seen now the time one. This one's 5. Which one are we missing?
All right, so you've got
and Howard the Duck. We saw Howard the Duck.
You got the soul, the time, space, mind, reality, and power.
Reality. That's the one we haven't seen yet.
No, we have. It's reality is on the Vision's head.
Well, that was the Mind Stone.
What's the mind?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
the MCU, not the comic book. I'm sorry. What's that? Blues mind. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's why I never know which damn stone we're looking at.
Jarvis has got the Mind Stone. The Tesseract is the
blue one, and which is actually the Mind Stone. Comic book wise. See, I'm glad I don't know enough about this because that actually would have made me really mad. You can keep the colors the damn same, you know?
Let's see.
The time one's actually orange. The space one's purple instead of the power being purple.
So the Tesseract is the Space Stone. The Ether is the Reality Stone. Okay, so the Ether is the Reality Stone. The Orb is the Power Stone. Loki's Scepter Vision is the Mind Stone. The Soul Stone we've not seen, and the Time Stone we just saw.
Oh, then I was right.
Okay.
Because the one Loki has that comes from Tesseract, and that's the blue one.
Yeah, the one that Loki has is Well, Loki doesn't have it anymore. The Tesseract is that place with the thing. I want to say Azeroth. That's not right.
That's just
where does Thor live?
Asgard.
Asgard, yeah, Asgard. So the Tesseract is with Asgard, which is the space stone. The Ether is with the Collector, the Reality Stone. The Orb, the Power Stone, is with the Nova Core. Vision has the Mind Stone. We have not seen the Soul Stone, and the Time Stone is in the little thingy at the place. What we just saw, Agamotto.
No, the Vision.
Vision.
The blue one's the Mind Stone. That's the one that Loki had.
No. Well, his scepter was blue, right? But when they broke open the scepter, the stone is gold, which is what's on Vision's forehead.
Damn it.
That's right. Yeah.
But the Tesseract.
Screw the MCU.
But I think the colors are still the same, right? I mean, it's still green, blue, red, purple.
I mean, the color does not now match the thing it is. Like red is power, yellow is reality, blue is mind, purple is space, orange is time, and green is soul.
No,
and they all make a beautiful rainbow.
And they're different then, I guess.
A murder rainbow.
A murderous rainbow, yeah. Anyway, time for this little gem.
And now for some more bad news. Ready?
I actually didn't mean to do that, honestly. Rachel McAdams' startled reaction in the broom closet, was genuine since the mop handle fell completely by accident and scared McAdams almost out of her skin. The filmmakers defined the use of magic as dimensional traveling and shifting. Quote, "We didn't want magic to simply be people throwing and blocking bolts of lightning. This is the ability to tap into different dimensions and pull aspects from those dimensions into our realm." Quote. Chitwell.
By the way, back to the Rachel McAdams thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think every scene during that was awesome.
Oh yeah.
His astral projection and all that mess.
Yeah, I love that whole bit.
We always watch movies for things we haven't seen before, and that was fun.
Yeah, we hadn't really ever seen ghosts fighting. It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Chitwell emoji is a 5th degree black belt in karate, so his movements are second nature in fighting, which is kind of cool. I already talked about the Ancient One. Stephen Strain pops up his collar on the cloak of levitation before going to stop the destruction of the Hong Kong Cinder. This plays homage to Benedict Cumberbatch's role in Sherlock, as Sherlock always pops his collar before investigating a case.
Pop, pop.
And and of course, I mentioned earlier that
I'm glad you got that, Corny.
Chitwell is very much is very similar in his intentions and righteousness to his character from Serenity. And as always, I play this. I always do this whenever I see it. Colin Farrell, Jake Gyllenhaal, Tom Hardy, Ethan Hawke, Jack Houston, Oscar Isaac, Jared Leto, Matthew McConaughey, Ewan McGregor, Keanu Reeves, Justin Theroux, John Hamm, Johnny Depp, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt were all considered or rumored for the role of Stephen Strange.
They could not have picked a more perfect person for that role.
Oh yeah. We might have talked about that earlier the first time. Is that I think at least I thought that the moment that they made the announcement that it was going to be him, it was perfect. It was just
he's such a strange looking man.
He is kind of an unusual man, with the high cheekbones and the whatnot. All right, here we go for this.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
We're going to do top 3 sorcerers. Sorcerers in movies, or wizards, if you will. But we defined this as people who use actual magic, meaning not the cast from Now You See Me, right? Like actual magic kind of stuff.
You're talking about they use magic.
So, you mean that's not real?
No. It's real in the fact that it's a real trick. So, like, not The Prestige, but magic.
Which is also a great movie, by the way.
The Prestige is a wonderful movie. It really is.
Or The Illusioners.
And yeah, which is the other version. Andrew, lead us off.
All right. Honorable mention.
And I was saying, do the person, not the movie. You can tell us what movie it's from, but yeah.
Honorable mention of Horvath from Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Okay.
Just because I like him as a actor, and I thought that the character itself was pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Number 3, we're going to say the witch from Into the Woods, played by Meryl Streep.
Into the Woods.
Latrine from Robin Hood Men in Tights.
That explains your joke earlier. Oh, you changed it. Latrine is such an interesting name. What was it before?
It used to be Shithouse.
Oh, good change. Good change.
Yeah. And then number 1, Gandalf from The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Cool. Corny.
All right. I'm going to start off with a honorable mention to Alec Hardison, being a mad wizard with the keyboard.
Not a magician. Come on, dude. He's not a magician.
But my number 3.
Even though they call him Harry Potter in that one episode, but anyway. Also, they call him HP because they can't say Harry Potter.
That's right. Actually, they did say, didn't they?
They call him. They say him. They say, "Hey, what's up, HP? Why do they call you HP? Because I'm a wizard with computers."
Oh yeah. So
yeah,
right. All right. My number 3 is Latrine as well from Robin Hood Men in Tights. Going in a similar route, my number 2 is Magic Max from The Princess Bride.
All right.
And my number 1, John Constantine.
Oh, nice.
Is he a
Is
wizard?
that considered a sorcerer?
He's an exorcist.
Oh yeah, he's like one of the, in the DC world, he's like one of the world's greatest magicians.
Is he in a movie?
Constantine?
Yeah. Because he's not a magician in the movie. I mean, unless there's a DC animated film.
The character is a magician.
Not in the movie. He's an exorcist,
Yes.
but not in the movie. He doesn't perform magic.
But performing magic and being a magician isn't the same thing. I get what you're saying.
You're gonna have to walk me through that one, yeah. But
use of dark arts in any way, just knowing magic. Okay, is Thor a magician?
No,
but he knows magic and can perform quote unquote magic, because he even says that magic for Asgardians is pretty much science.
Yeah, he says it's just, we call magic what science we just don't understand yet. But he doesn't do magic. I mean, he can conjure lightning, and his hammer, is
goes back to him.
Gandalf can also conjure lightning.
Yeah, but he uses it through a spell.
I'm going by my comic book stuff.
Okay, that's fine.
Just say, leave me alone, Shawn.
Okay, I'll leave you alone. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I mean, you can argue the point. He is.
Oh, again, I believe you. I have no basis of information from that other than the movie that my microphone just fell.
All right, then. So I won't use the movie Constantine. I'll use Justice League Dark. There.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll use that one.
Is he in that? I don't know. Is he? I've not seen it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sam.
All right, I've got John Hammond in Jurassic Park.
Oh my God.
I've got
nope, not a thing.
Oh, I've got my number 3.
Just because he has
Willow.
a cane doesn't make him a wizard.
Well, I mean, he's doing magic with those dinosaurs, I tell you.
He didn't do anything with those dinosaurs. John Woo was the engineer.
Yeah. All right. So number 3, I've got Willow.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
Willow.
Yeah.
Yep. My number 2, I've got everybody in the Harry Potter movies, pretty much.
Okay.
And then my number 1, I've got the Sorcerer Supreme Gandalf.
Sure.
In Lord of the Rings.
Cool.
Actually,
yeah.
What?
Actually,
what you got, Shawn?
Pretty lower. On the...
Gandalf is what?
It's like Gandalf actually not really that high on the wizarding list.
No, I mean, guess of actual wizards that can do legit magic. You're probably right. I mean,
I think within that universe, I actually think he's because he was Gandalf the Grey and he was pretty lower, and then even when he comes back Gandalf the White, he's still he's up there. But I think
the Gandalf the Chartreuse. Now that's when he starts getting powerful.
That's when
I don't know. I mean, I think he's up there with John Wall and Otto Porter Jr.
Nice.
With the Washington Wizards.
Wow, there you go.
No?
That's a select group of people that are going to get that joke, Andrew.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Is Otto Porter Jr. still play for them? I thought he was traded. I can't remember.
He might have been, but
I don't.
Damn, Andrew, that's it.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I really am. Sam has no clue what you're talking about.
No. Sorry.
So my list. So I'm surprised no one went here, and I was gonna say it and just see what happened. Is Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Hell no.
No.
Why?
What's his magic?
He makes things move.
No.
Yeah,
that's
again,
telekinesis.
Yeah, well, he's not using his mind; he's using the Force. Again, I wasn't actually going to make an actual argument. I just wanted to see if someone else was going to, because some people refer to Jedi as basically space wizards. So, I'm not really actually arguing the point, but I am going to argue for this one. As my honorable mention, the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Here's the deal. If the Scarlet Witch does magic, then so does Constantine.
But Constantine doesn't in the movie. Is my point. The point is that we can only pull from movies that we've seen. I mean, if you're telling me that in the Justice League Dark that John Constantine is in the movie and he does magic, great. I've not seen it, so I believe you.
Well, okay. So okay. I guess what are we defining as magic? I guess that's kind of the question that I have. Because in the Marvel thing, the Scarlet Witch does reality manipulation or whatever it is. It's not magic. It's that's what it is. It's like a hex thing. It's luck, and she changes that. It's not magic.
It's not really, and it really because she doesn't use spells. I mean, it's more of telekinesis and something else. They even define it in the movie. Yeah, it's kind of a weird mind power. So, I mean, honestly, she's not even really considered, I wouldn't even consider that. I put her as an honorable mention. Again, more for the discussion aspect than for anything else. Because I wanted to honestly hear your opinion of it, Corny.
Getting real testy.
No, it's fine. No, I'm good with that. But my contention is that Keanu Reeves as John Constantine is not a magician. Because he doesn't do anything. The closest thing to magic as he does is when he puts his tattoos together and makes the angel appear, and so
that's why I have to go back and say what is magic.
Well, magic is a force that you can control by using spells and it's whatever she says in the movie. They're conjuring from other dimensions. I mean,
pick a card, any card.
You know, it's Harry Potter uses a wand to take the
straight
magic
from Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Constantine is a foul-mouthed, disillusioned British cynic who pursues a life of sorcery and danger.
Suck it, Shawn.
Again, I'm not arguing that he's not in the.
That is the
in the movie we watched.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding, and I get it. And I guess in my mind, and it gets to argue. I know I've been arguing my point, and I'm not actually. I'm arguing for argument's sake.
Yeah, I love the fact that I'm not the one doing it this time.
Yeah, you're turning into Sam.
But, I know. But for me, it's when you can do something of the occult.
Okay, but again, he doesn't.
When you can manifest things from nothing, when you can create something from nothing.
But he doesn't do that
using whatever you.
Well,
again,
I kind of have to. I'm going with Corny here, not because I'm trying to argue with Shawn,
but
I'm starting to see a little bit of it. Yes, he's an exorcist, right? And I don't think that is magic, but he is able to go from dimension to dimension by making some sort of pathway to there, just like Doctor Strange does, right?
He goes to hell. Yeah, I mean, he goes to hell, but I mean, is that a different dimension? I don't know. We're getting into a different.
The tattoo thing kind of that sold it on me. That I would consider that some sort of magic.
Okay, well, all right, fine. Definition of
Andrew?
magic is the use of means such as charms or spells believed to have supernatural power over natural forces. An extraordinary power or influence seemingly from a supernatural source. Both pictures, although they are older, haven't lost. Oh, that's a quote. Never mind. Something that seems to cast a spell. The art of producing illusions by sleight of hand. Okay, that's not it. So that's what Merriam-Webster says is magic. So I mean, I didn't realize that this is the discussion we were going to have on this, which is interesting. So, I mean, yeah, I guess if the idea is that Constantine can go to hell by using a cat, and he can awaken inside of Rachel Weisz the thing that was already in her by drowning her in bathwater, and using his tattoos to get Gabriel to show up, then okay, sure. Then, and by using other charms and crickets, he can fight demons, then I guess in that definition, he is a sorcerer. So he's, all right, you've won me, Corny.
Wow. Good job, Corny.
See, it's okay for people to have discussions and for someone to bring in new ideas and information and for another party to change their opinion about a thing. What if the world worked like this?
No, see, it doesn't, because I've learned from my society that once you have an opinion, you can never
change it. Especially,
I will say this.
Yeah,
especially after a good conversation where people talk and are civil to each other.
I was going to start saying "f you" a lot, but I guess I don't have to.
Don't do that because I don't feel like editing all this stuff. It's already been a long night.
I'll save it for the post credits.
Yeah, I'm doing the post credit.
As I say, now with that being said, now I would actually say, if this is an agreement, then now I say Scarlet Witch is actually now an actual witch.
I mean, I don't know. I really only put her. I haven't even gotten to my actual 3, which is funny. But
that is true.
Again, I literally put her in just to kind of see what you would say because the movie was shown. She's not a witch. She's not using spells. She has the ability to manipulate matter. She's almost more of a force user than anything else. Truly,
true.
It's just
what about what she whispers into their eyes when they turn red?
She whispers into their eyes. Oh well, she's
mind control.
It's mind control. She's literally telling them that these are not the droids you're looking for.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a Jedi, is what it is. Which, by the way, we were watching. This was last week, or whatever, and E.T. was on, and so we were letting Declan watch E.T. My 5-year-old. He's 5 now. Oh my gosh. And anyway, there's a scene at the Halloween scene. If we've all seen E.T., where E.T. walks by a kid dressed as Yoda, and he recognizes Yoda and starts going, aiming towards him, saying "home." I said, Sarah, that shows that E.T. is actually a Jedi. That's how he can make the bike fly, and he can heal. And she's like, "Are you kidding?" And I said, "No, they actually put the E.T. species in the Senate in the Phantom Menace. So he's a Jedi." And anyway, that's not a new theory. That's an old theory. So my actual number 3 is Merlin from the Sword and the Stone cartoon, the Disney cartoon.
Word.
Andrew mentioned the Sorcerer's Apprentice earlier. You said Horvath. I actually like the Nicolas Cage Balthazar in that movie. He's tolerable. Nicolas Cage is terrible in the movie, but it works because the character is weird and kind of strange as it is anyway. And it was either going to be him or Jay Baruchel. I like him too. He's kind of fun in that movie. And then my number 1 also was Gandalf. But because I think everyone else picked it, I'm going to switch Gandalf with Merlin because I think actually Merlin's probably more powerful. I mean, he did spawn all the Harry Potter people. Cool. That was a fun discussion. I'm glad we had it. And
yeah, man.
Everyone die.
I'd love to hear some other opinions too.
Yeah, if you guys think that Constantine isn't or is or whatever. We would just
John
basically
Hammond should be.
John. You keep saying John Hammond, but I'm thinking you're saying John Hamm, and so I'm like, what? He was in Baby Driver, by the way. I got to watch that the other day. It was good.
I wanted to see it and I forgot about it. Was it a good movie?
Yeah,
I imagine it was.
actually really good. Edgar Wright directed it. Like, there's some moments. Yeah, there's some moments in the movie that are really funny, but there's also some like really intense. Like, Jamie Foxx is a bad guy. Like, he's a bad guy. He's not like that fake bad guy in the Horrible Bosses movie. I mean, like, he's legit like horrible. So anyway, cool.
Wait, what's supposed to happen?
This is where you give me your out of 10 for this movie, Doctor Strange, not Mr., not Master, Dr. Stephen Strange.
And How to Love the Bomb.
Yeah, and stop worrying.
You're telling me your name is Mother. Sorry. I was thinking about Horrible Bosses.
Say what again?
Okay. Sorry. I had a little giggle there.
You good? Yeah.
No.
All right. Well, okay. Out of 10?
Out of 10. The first time I watched this, I probably would have given it 6-ish. But after watching it the second time and enjoying it for what it is, with a few minor distractions or details that I don't really care for, I'm going to say we're going to go 7.1 out of 10.
All right. Corny.
Still kind of bland, and but it, it's still a Marvel movie, so it's going to get a little more out of me. But I'm going to give it like a 5.7.
Oh wow!
It just it really underwhelmed me. I just it's very sad.
Okay. Sam.
Yeah, I liked it even better the second time, and I think I'd like it even more the third time. So I'd probably see it again, which puts it around a 7.18 for me.
Okay. Just a little bit more than Andrew. I like the movie a lot. I think it's fun. I think it's not one of the better MCU, but the MCU is so freaking huge at this point. But it's. I like it a lot, and I'll probably watch it again. I don't know if soon, but I'll probably watch it again. Probably watch it again before I go see Ragnarok. I'm going to give it an 8.5. I had a good time with it. I really did. I like it.
Oh, nice. Wow.
And again, I don't have all the pre, whatever that corny have. I don't have all that background, which I think sometimes can help when these types of movies come out. Because
It does mess with me. Things that I really would like to like, it does ruin it for me.
Yeah, and I get that. I mean, I do. I mean, that's why. I mean, I only my displeasure for for Batman vs Superman is because it's a bad movie, not because of the adaptation.
Oh.
I just got to bring that up every now and then. Oh, breaking news! Beep, 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 beep. Of course, by the time you hear this episode, it won't be breaking news. Hugh Hefner has died.
Oh wow!
No.
Age of 91.
Finally got him.
Age 91. Wow.
He had one of those.
I hope he died during
longer than 4 hours.
Yeah, you kind of want to hope that, right? Like he died doing the thing that he loved. So, anyway,
crossword puzzles.
Yeah, crossword puzzles. But again,
so we'll have to watch Nymphomaniac
in his honor. No.
Oh no!
I tell you what, Sam, we'll do it,
No.
but you have to watch it with your girls.
Well, damn, Shawn.
Yeah, you're gonna say I gotta watch it with my mom. Fine, you gotta watch it with your daughters. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. That's our show. Let's see how worse I can make this.
Does he look like a?
All right, here we go. That's it. So actually, I'm gonna pause this real quick. So by the time you hear this, we will have by the time you hear this, you will basically have about 1 to 2 days to go vote on the website for our Halloween movies that we are going to do.
Mm-hmm.
As of right now, I feel painfully confident that Birdemic is going to be one of our movies. Right now, it's in first place. Second place is Buried. I can't read. Buried is number 2. Third is The Shining, and fourth currently is The Babadook. So, by the time you hear this, I will post this as I always do on Friday. Hopefully, I'll be able to post it on Friday. I shouldn't say always do. I've had a bad track record the last few weeks, but hopefully it'll be posted Friday. So you have a couple of days, and we will make our decision probably around Sunday or Monday of next week. So like 2 or 3 days, we'll have to determine. So get in there and go vote. Cheapseatreviews.com. And, that's your last opportunity to vote for our movies. We've done this for the last 2 Halloweens, and this will be our third Halloween. Third? Right? This will be our third Halloween doing this. So it's a lot of fun, and it's actually one of the kind of cool ways that you guys can interact with us. Yeah. Other ways you guys
and it forces us to watch movies we wouldn't otherwise watch.
Well, yeah. Because I've never seen The Shining, and so I'm looking forward to that. It's a long movie, though, so tuck in. And so is Birdemic. It's a long...
What?
Long movie.
No.
Yeah. You're the one that was the force behind that. It's a long movie. You get to watch all...
No, you're the one that keeps telling people not to vote for it, which makes people vote for it.
It's a terrible movie. It's your fault, Sam. GoFundMe.com/cheapseatreviews is our GoFundMe page.
I will certainly not do that.
Help us out there.
You said fund. Sorry.
Yeah, again, GoFundMe. Check out our Anchor app. I'll do a review soon for Baby Driver. That'll be coming up soon. And you'll learn why his name is Baby. It's very strange. iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, YouTube, iHeartRadio, places you can leave us reviews. And again, website's cheapseatreviews.com. Facebook is facebook.com/cheapseatreviews. And at CheapSeatCast is the Twitter, where you can, of course, tweet at us things. And you may also send us your emails to cheapseatreviews@gmail.com. It's not that you will, but you can. That's it. That's our show. Thank you so much for listening. I had a lot of fun, especially the little magic discussion towards the end. So on behalf of Corny, Sam, Andrew, saying thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Your mom's a sorcerer.